Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just finished my 23-24 week pregnancy update, and in this video I'm actually going to be doing just a little bit of a Q&A of some questions that some friends were asking me about my pregnancy, things that I haven't actually spoken to in any of my videos. It'll be a little bit more, I guess, on the personal side, which I don't really get into a whole lot on my pregnancy updates. They're pretty much just straightforward, you know, how like physically I'm feeling in my pregnancy and kind of what baby's up to and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna ask the question to myself, I guess, that I've been asked, and I will go ahead and just answer it right after. So if after this video I still haven't answered maybe some questions that you might have been wondering about, or you're just curious to ask someone who's pregnant, feel free to leave me a question in the comments below. And hopefully if I get enough questions, I can go ahead and make another Q&A video in another month or so. So let's get started with the questions that I've been asked. So is it what people told you it would be like? I would have to say no. I definitely thought it was going to feel different. I thought pregnancy, the way I had it in my head before I was pregnant, I thought it was going to feel different. I thought I was going to feel more than I do, if that makes sense. Not just emotionally, but physically. It doesn't feel like what I thought it was going to feel like, especially when I first got pregnant. Since it did take us a couple years to actually get pregnant, I thought I'd be like crazy happy and overjoyed, and I really didn't feel much of anything, to tell you the truth. I mean, I was excited, but I was almost in disbelief that it was actually happening. Like, really? I'm actually pregnant? You know, I had never been pregnant before, so I didn't know, like I say, I didn't know what to expect, but I thought I would definitely feel different. I thought I would have more pregnancy symptoms than I did right off the bat. I had no symptoms. I would have had no idea I was pregnant if I didn't take that pregnancy test. Where, you know, all the forums and everything that I would read on, people would be saying, oh, I felt this, or I felt that, or I knew I was pregnant because I had this symptom and this symptom and this symptom before, you know, their expected period date or whatever, before they took the test. I had no clue. So I definitely thought it would be a little bit different that way in the beginning. And then in my first trimester, I definitely thought I would feel more. I thought, how can I not feel that, like, my uterus is growing and it's getting bigger and there's like a person growing inside me? Like, how can I not feel that? I didn't feel anything. I didn't have cramps. There's a lot of people that say they get really crampy, and I had none of that. So for me, it wasn't like I thought it was going to be at all. I just didn't feel pregnant until probably, I would say it had to have been like week 14 or so, when I started to really notice I was getting a little bit of a belly. But even then, I didn't really feel pregnant. So it probably wasn't until, even though I had a belly, it probably wasn't until I started to feel him kicking and moving around 20, 21 weeks that I actually felt pregnant and felt those kind of feelings and emotions, like, ooh, like really excited that I'm actually like got a person growing inside of me. Besides that, honestly, I probably would have been one of those people who just kind of popped a kid out at 9 months but had no idea. So I have to say, no, it definitely wasn't what people had described and what I thought it would be. So hopefully that answers that question. So the next question is, how is my experience different? So I think I kind of captured that in my ramblings on the first question, but I definitely, like I said, I feel like other people felt things or feel things differently than I do, or feel things in general, where for the most part I wasn't really feeling anything. Symptom-wise, yes, I had morning sickness, but it was very minimal, and there's people who get sick all day long. I didn't have that. I didn't have the headaches, and I didn't have cramps, and I wasn't bloated. So I didn't have all of the, I guess you could say, typical Okay, sorry about that. My camera ran out of memory, so I'm not exactly sure where I left off there in that question. So I think I was answering the how is my experience different question. So yeah, so I definitely think my experience was different in a sense where I didn't get all those typical or what I would consider typical pregnancy symptoms and feelings and stuff right off the bat. Which was a little bit discouraging because you try and get pregnant for a long time and you think that it's going to be some magical thing when you finally get pregnant, and it didn't feel like that to me. So sometimes I would think, oh my gosh, like did I want to get pregnant? Am I happy about this? And I mean, I definitely was, but it definitely had me feeling some doubts about it at the beginning because I wasn't feeling like I was pregnant, and I wasn't, because of that, I think I wasn't feeling all of those, special emotions that everybody or you feel like everybody has at the beginning. So I think that's how mainly my experience maybe differed from other people's. At least that's how I viewed it, as being different. So hopefully that made sense, even though I kind of got cut out by my memory card there. Okay, so again, this is kind of going into the next question. But emotionally, how am I feeling? It's not always roses and butterflies. And what are some of the things that I don't like about pregnancy? So I'm not going to kind of repeat what I just sort of repeated about, my feelings in the beginning part of pregnancy. But as of right now, as of about 20 weeks to now, like I'm feeling really good. I'm definitely feeling really connected to the baby, and I'm not 100% sure if that's because or if that started when I could really feel the baby moving inside of me, or it was from when we found out that he was actually a boy. Because from the beginning, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this in any of my videos, but from the very start, from my positive pregnancy test, I thought 100% it's a boy. I had no doubt in my mind that we were having a boy. So even though I kind of had that in my head, I think it took actually knowing for sure that it was a boy for me to start to feel really connected to him and be able to kind of bond with him on a different level, I guess I should say. For me, I don't know if I would have felt that way having not found out the gender, because both finding out the gender and him starting to like move, and well, he was always moving, but me being able to feel him moving sort of happened around the same time. So it's hard for me to pinpoint if I would have, had that bonding feeling even if I didn't find out the gender and had just be a surprise. So I don't know if the next one I will find out the gender again, or if I will let it be a surprise and kind of see if I have that same experience. Other than that, I would say it's not that it's not all roses and butterflies and whatever. I feel really good, minus physically just feeling a little bit sore and sometimes feeling exhausted. So I guess the thing I don't like about pregnancy, at least in my experience, is just I didn't think I would feel this sore this soon. And so that's probably the worst thing in my pregnancy, I would have to say. If I had to complain about anything, it would definitely be, it's uncomfortable to move around in certain positions, like rolling over in bed in the middle of the night. It's sore. And walking for an extended period of time is uncomfortable. And sitting for an extended period of time is also uncomfortable. So those are probably my biggest complaints with my pregnancy. I should have really thought about this next question. The worst advice and the best advice I've heard so far. I don't know, to tell you the truth. I think I kind of block all of that out. Or maybe I haven't gotten too much. I get annoying advice from people where they just kind of, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. But they, you know, they try and tell me like, oh, that happened to them in their pregnancy, or, you know, that shouldn't happen to me in my pregnancy, or whatever. I get everybody's different and every pregnancy is different. So I kind of just, I don't really take that all in, to tell you the truth. Kind of blind to it in a sense. I'll have to think about that one more in depth if there's anything specific that people have, you know, said to me that I think is good or bad. So leave that one with me maybe for my next Q&A video. So what am I most looking forward to and what scares me the most? I'm probably, obviously, most looking forward to him being here, Earthside, not in my belly. I think that's probably the thing that I'm most looking forward to, obviously. And the thing that I'm least looking forward to, I would say the continuation of this potential uncomfortableness that I'm going through right now. I'm hoping that will, like I said, subside with, oh, I'm still filming. Buffering. 1, 2, 3.
I got these.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
$3 off, so I got 6 of them.
Okay.
So if you go there,
what do we need those for?
What?
What do we need those for?
To illuminate the inside of our residence.
Okay. Anyways, okay.
Because they're on sale, goddammit!
Okay, so going back to what scares me the most, like I said, just probably continuing on with this, the uncomfortableness that I have moving and it potentially getting a lot worse, or potentially having to be put on bed rest or something stupid like that because I'm sore. So that probably is what, and it doesn't really scare me, but I guess that's probably the, you know, the thing I'm not looking forward to, if that were to happen. I guess just a couple things for you guys. If you have any experience with this, and you can lend any advice, and maybe your advice will lead to the best advice or the most terrible advice that I've been given. In my next Q&A, but with my lower pelvic region being so uncomfortable and causing me to kind of have a waddle this soon, would you suggest anything besides what I'm already doing, which is going to the chiropractor, having a little bit of physio, and massage and prenatal yoga? Like, is there anything else that you guys could think of that I could try to sort of help combat this this waddle and this uncomfortableness that I have while sitting and walking? Let me know in the comments below if you have any experience with this or know anyone that does, and if something did help them out a bit. And also, I mentioned in my last video that the doctor said that the baby is measuring big, is what the doctor said. And my next appointment is until the 14th, so I think that's in a couple weeks, where I'm going to ask her to clarify what she means. But if you've ever been told that your baby is on the bigger side, leave a comment below and let me know what that meant. Did that mean they were just measuring like a week or two ahead, or did that mean that the baby is going to be ginormous and fat, or I'm going to be pushing a 12-pound baby out of my vag? Anyways, let me know if you have had any experience with that. Other than that, that's all the questions that I've had so far. I hope this helped clarify sort of how I've been feeling and stuff in my pregnancy, more on the emotional side and not so much on the physical side. And if you have any additional questions that you want me to answer in a future Q&A video, leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe so you can see more of my updates. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.